it says we on now. Okay, con. All right, shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory due unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect. All right, as you can see in the title, America, Babylon the Great is about to get stole on, man.
That's right.
You know, and that means, well, for brothers who don't know what it means, we're going to go ahead and get the Urban Dictionary definition because it is a slang term. Okay. Let me go ahead and share the screen real quick. And after that, we're going to get some precepts. Lord willing, this edifying lesson. All right, cool. All right, so you can see here, to get stole on, it says, let me zoom in a little bit. It says African-American, which we know who we are, Israelites, right? African-American term for getting punched unexpectedly. Okay. All right. It says unexpectedly is an adverb, and it means in a way that is not expected, unanticipated, not foreseen. Okay. And so that's the point right there. And this lesson was inspired by this part from last night, the camp from last night, the Elder Arnaza was going into how basically unexpected events are coming to America. So I'm gonna just play this little quick clip and then we'll get to the lesson. Oh shit, here we go. Okay, here we go. No, good.
What is it for you? The day of Yahweh is darkness and not light. Verse 19. As if a man is free from sin from a lion and a bear met him, and he's not going to escape. Not going to escape the place. Okay, be on the right side. Exercise and be on the right side. I'm telling you, man. Okay, all hell can break loose next month, man. I'm trying to tell you. Okay, the Lord said He's gonna come to tell you. Think not. Hey, first of all, for somebody to think not, it's sure it's gonna be a surprise. Right. Think about it. That means what they see is not sufficient enough in their own mind that the Lord is coming right now. That lets you know that certain things are going to happen so swift. The prophet is like, oh, shit. Even we were like, oh, damn. I mean, I knew it was going, but damn. I know exactly.
Right. Okay. And so there you have it. That's the portion of the lesson. That's the portion of the live stream from last night that inspired this lesson. Okay. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get to the lesson. All right. Let me exit the screen recording. All right. Yeah, because he said it's going to come so fast. All right. That even those who are watching are going to be kind of like, okay, yeah, it's here, you know, and when it comes, man, it's not going to be something that is you know, just like a movie, you know, that you just think that, oh, yeah, it's going to be, yeah, exactly. Okay. It's going to be some gunfire, but we're going to be okay.
Yeah. It ain't going to be like the Avengers where they knew Thanos was coming, man. they all huddled up in Wakanda ready to take on Thanos and his minions, man. The day of the Lord is going to be is going to, his visions is going to come just like that, man. All hell breaking loose and things like that. It could, just like the elder said on the clip, it can happen at any time. I got a quick precept. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 36. It says, "But the day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only." Right. So only the Yahweh knows when He's gonna just say, "Go ahead," you know, and pull that trigger for the Lord to return and to commence all types of vengeance and death on the earth. You know, because we already know within that time things are going to be happening. Race riots, third wars, war, chips, all of those things are going to be happening. People are not going to expect even those things to happen. You know, everyone's comfortable with going to Starbucks, getting their coffee in the morning, having their day-to-day routine with their jobs and their families, going out drinking, going out being promiscuous, committing adultery. They ain't think have the judgment of the Heavenly Father in their mind. You know. This is verse 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also come the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying, and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Okay? And so that again, what the scripture is saying right there, these people just in the time of Noah. They wasn't worried about what Noah was prophesying, because Noah prophesied for 120 years, man. They weren't considering that what he was saying about the waters coming was actually true, just like they do to us now. They don't consider our words and the things that we're saying is coming. They laugh and scoff, man.
Right.
So it's gonna be sweet when that judgment hits them swiftly.
Con.
Yeah.
Con. Yeah, I got a quick one too. Luke chapter 12, verse 37. It says, I'll start at verse 35. It says, let your loins be girded about and your lights burning. All right. When the scripture talk about a man's loins being girded, all right, you have a girdle, okay, typically that's like pretty kind of looser, you know, it's not tight to your limbs, all right, but when you gird your loins, you wrap that garment that you have around your legs, you know, so that you can do work, make swift movements, all right, prepare yourself for whatever is to come, because you're gonna have to, you know, start doing some type of labor. Typically is war or whatever the case is, right? And it says, and your lights burning. And so that's what we're constantly doing, going out on the highways and byways, doing these live lessons, doing a video sit downs, okay, to what? Shine our light forth unto the whole nation, but really the elect of the nation of Israel, you know, who were looking to wake up so that we can get the hell out of here. All right. And says, verse 36, and yourselves like unto men that wait for their Lord, when he will return from the wedding, that when he cometh and knocketh, they may open unto him immediately. Okay. And so that's the only way that we're going to be able to be ready, is if we're watching for Yahushua to return. Okay. And we're being attentive, man. We're attentive to the times that we're in right now, as opposed to a majority of our people and a majority of these Edomites and other nations that dwell in America. All right. Last verse, it says, blessed are those servants whom Yahweh, or whom the Lord, when he cometh, shall find watching. You see, verily I say unto you that he shall gird himself and make him to sit down to meat, and will come forth and serve them. Okay. And so that's what we're doing right now, man. All right. We're watching and we're being blessed. All right. You can see the blessings coming spiritually with the understanding that's being gained. All right. Through Yahushua coming and supping with us, the studying that we're doing. Okay. And we're going to be blessed with the wisdom and knowledge to be mentally stable in those times, Jacob trouble that's to come. Okay. You got something?
No, that's it. I mean, we're commissioned to be watchmen. You know, that's our job as the prophets of the Yahweh Shem Yahushua is to watch. You know, and then you see the dangers that are befalling the earth. You see the dangers that are befalling the nation of Israel, and you're supposed to speak that, warn the people. All right. Now, if they don't take heed to it, then there's going to be judgment for that. You know? So it is what it is. Okay. I got that Revelation 18. This is Revelation chapter 18, verse 7. How much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start at 6. It says, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works, and the cup which she had filled to her double. Okay. It says, how much she has glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she hath in her heart, I sit a queen and no widow, and shall see no more.
Right. So she's
you know, I mean, it's talking about that Babylon whore, you know what I'm saying? America, you know. You can go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you know, it talks about how what you read in verse 6, it says in the cup that she had filled to her double. All right, because that cup of indignation, all right, has been handed to us. Okay.
Yep.
And we've been made to drink of that cup.
Right. And that cup represents slavery, man.
Right. Because
we served hardcore bondage over here in Babylon the Great, man. So the hell that they put on us, we're gonna do double to them, man.
Right.
But it's gonna be in righteousness, man.
Right.
We ain't gonna be popping the men in the ass and and committing adultery and all that other wicked shit that Esau did to us, man. But they're gonna serve hardcore slavery, man, in the kingdom of heaven.
Con.
All right, and it's gonna be one of the worst slaves treatments of all time, man.
Con.
But you deserved it.
That's right.
That's
right. Con. It says in verse 8, Revelation 18:8, therefore shall her plagues come in one day.
Mm-hmm.
You see that? It says death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is Yahweh Shemi Shai who judgeth her. Okay, that's America, this whore that's gonna get stolen, so to speak, man. Going back to that definition, unexpectedly punched. All right. Really, it's gonna be worse than the punch, though. It's gonna be a beating. It's gonna be a whole ass whooping, man. All right. And at the end, it says she shall be utterly burned with fire. By way of what? Thermonuclear missiles, man. And also, before that, the Lord, Yahweh Shai, is going to come in the chariots, and he's going to send forth flaming fire throughout the laser beams off the chariots, man. Okay? And so it's going to be all types of different fires and judgments and torments that's going to come upon America, man.
right. And then you're gonna have that third war popped off, man, and that's a war that America's gonna lose, man.
God.
So all of these happenings are gonna be going on simultaneously, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
God.
And it's a beautiful thing.
God. Yeah, that was in we can get First Thessalonians.
Okay, this is First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. It says, but of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. Mm-hmm. Right? It says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night.
Right. And that's exactly what, the scriptures continually quote, all right, that thief in the night. Mm-hmm. Okay. A thief comes when a time unexpectedly. All right. That's the metaphor that's being portrayed. All right. The day
getting stolen, unexpected.
Exactly.
Because, that's the most devastating punch in boxing. It's a punch that you didn't see coming.
Mm-hmm.
Right. When you see when Sergio Martinez versus Paul Williams, the second fight, he got caught with a punch he didn't see coming. Mm. And if you look up that knockout, that's one of the most devastating knockouts in boxing history. Marquez versus Pacquiao, the fourth fight. He didn't see that punch coming, and he got put to sleep. Okay. Mm. And so that's what's gonna happen to America. That thief in the night. You don't expect that thief. You're not expecting. You might be comfortably sleeping in your bed, or you might have had a long night out drinking, and you're passed out. Or you might have went on vacation, and that thief was just watching your house for maybe weeks or months, and you come back to your crib. And all your shit's gone. Mm-hmm. That's happened to me personally. I moved into a spot. I bought a big screen TV, had a new laptop, had cash over here, and I went to work. And I got a phone call at work, like, "Hey, somebody got into your stuff." I came back, they took everything, man. And so, man, that feeling is man, it's dark. Mm. You like, damn, you felt violated, man.
Yeah, man.
And so, if America's gonna get violated like that, man. Mm. So in Chicago, there was a game called the Knockout Game, where you had these hoodlum niggas would just walk up to old people. It didn't matter who it was, man. And you just walk in. You may be walking to go get you a sandwich or something like that, and then Jake would just punch you.
I think I saw
and videotape it. Just like as a
fad or something.
A fad or a way to get in with the clique he was in, man. And it was funny to them. They would post a knockout on YouTube or World Star or whatever it is, man. And so that's how it's going to be for America, man. You're going to get stolen, man. You're going to get hit without expecting all of these things to happen to you, okay? It says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord shall come as a thief in the night. So it says yourselves know perfectly. So we know perfectly that the day of the Lord cometh as a thief in the night. These other people don't.
Right. And that's because we're being attentive. We're watching. We're paying attention to those things, to those signs of the times to know that, the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip, that's in effect. That's here. Okay. The wars and rumors of wars been going on. Mm-hmm. Nation rising against nation, kingdom against kingdom. All right. Us coming back into understanding of who we are in these latter times. All these things are coming to pass. We're seeing that we're in those times. Is there more? I got a couple more.
Okay,
reset real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, this is Malachi chapter 3. I'll start at verse 1. It says, "Behold, I will send my messenger, and he shall prepare the way before me," which is talking about John the Baptist. All right, which is another way that we know that we in those times, because John the Baptist, and this is talking about originally when John the Baptist came, all right, before Yahushua, okay, to basically prepare the way to let our people know that, hey, a savior's coming. But then again, all right, spiritually, John the Baptist, who we know to be Elder Abba Bivens, coming and bring back that understanding to the nation of Israel again these latter times, man. Okay, it says, and the Lord whom ye seek shall suddenly come to his temple. Okay, which we know, and according to what happened back then, all right, Yahushua, he came, all right, on the scene back when he came into the flesh, and now he's going to come back suddenly to his temple again. Okay, and he's going to establish the throne in righteousness this time. Okay, because before he had to make the sacrifice and be glorified, now he's going to come and take the kingdom. All right, it says, the Lord whom ye seek shall suddenly come to his temple, even the messenger of the covenant, whom ye delight in. And that's who we delight in. You see, 2/3 of our people don't delight in the Lord, but they say that's what the scriptures say in Amos. We were reading that. That was the scripture that was read in the video that we played from the camp last night. Was woe to you that desire the day of the Lord, man. All right, for what end is it done to you? Because Jake say that they want, oh yeah, Jesus come back, but they don't even. That's not even who. They don't have no clue. That's not what he's coming to do. That's not what it looks like. That's not his name. They're just going to be all thrown off, right? And so it says, in whom ye delight in, behold, he shall come, saith Yahweh of hosts. Now watch this. Verse 2 says, but who may abide in the day of his coming? You see? So of the people that actually see him return, which is going to be a vast majority of people are going to see him return, okay, who's going to abide in that day? Who's going to be stable in that day? And really be actually truly happy that he's coming back.
Right. That always reminds me of that scene in Independence Day when the so-called UFOs or the aliens came, and you had all these Edomites on the rooftops with signs, welcome. and as soon as that chariot got over them, what did it do? It blasted that whole building to hell, man. All right, they just got destroyed, man. And that's what it's gonna be like when the Lord returns, man. They think what we said. They think the shit is sweet. Mm-hmm. The Lord is coming back for vengeance and payback, man.
Right.
And he's had it in his heart since he's went back to the spirit world on the right hand side of the Father, man.
Right.
Okay. He's just ready for that green light.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, we think we ready for Yahushua to come back. Yahushua is ready for him to come back.
Oh, big time.
I'm just finish this verse real quick.
Mm-hmm.
It says, and who shall stand when he appeareth? For he is like a refiner's fire and fuller's soap, meaning he purifies. He sends out basically purification. All right. And if you can't pass that purification process, then you will not make it. Okay. And that purification is going on right now. All right. And that judgment, well, who's worthy to maintain basically their life, all right, is gonna come when he comes. Okay, go ahead. You got it.
I was gonna get Psalm 73.
Mm-hmm.
This is Psalm chapter 73, verse 18. It says, "Surely thou didst set them in slippery places; thou castest them down unto destruction. How are they brought unto destruction as in a moment?
Mm-hmm.
They are utterly consumed with terrors."
Right, because when you read Psalm 73, this is the one, forget the name of the man who wrote it, but this is the one that's talking about basically how the unrighteous or the wicked, they seem to live in all types of manners of voluptuousness, and they seem to not really pay for the errors of their ways. All right, but then it says, until I went into the Lord's sanctuary, then I understood. You understood what? That the way of the wicked is but for a moment. The triumphing and the rulership of Esau, okay, is just for one millisecond compared to eternity. And so what's going to happen? Can you read that again?
God, it says, verse 18, "Surely thou didst set them in slippery places, thou casted them down into destruction."
Right, you see, so you set them on slippery. Imagine if you had built a house on a cliff, and then that cliff is Is good. You got some land up top, like in a mountain hilly area, and you got the house and you got the cliff, and a mudslide come from down there and just slide your whole house down the whole thing while you sleep at nighttime. Your family, your dog, everything just gets slipped on down the hill, man.
Right.
And
Well, you know, being just in general, being on a slippery surface is discomforting.
Mhm.
Not being able to keep your balance steady is very, very, very discomforting.
Mhm.
You know, and because you know, it's just like when you see a cartoon, woo,
right.
because you know, when you slipping and your feet come out from under you, you
Man.
already know, man, this is bad.
Yep.
This is gonna hurt.
Yep, and how did it happen? It came like a thief in the night because you didn't expect it. Otherwise, you wouldn't have failed. You would have moved. You would have missed the banana peel. You would have built your house on a foundation that wasn't gonna slip.
That's right.
You see, but the Lord set it up that way. Last verse.
Verse 18, it says, surely, verse 19, how are they brought into destruction as in a moment? They are utterly consumed with terrors.
As in a moment, man. All right. One the scripture said, we just read it in the book of Revelation, chapter 18, in one hour, man, shall thy judgment come. All right. And so that's how quick the tables are going to be turned on America. Okay. Is that it on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a precept.
Okay, come.
This is Sirach chapter 35, verse 17. It says, the prayer of the humble pierces the clouds, and till it come nigh, he will not be comforted, and he will not depart till the Most High shall behold to judge righteously and execute judgment. For the Lord will not be slack, neither will the mighty be patient toward them, till he have smitten and sundered the loins of the unmerciful and repaid vengeance unto the heathen. Woo! You know, and so that judgment's coming, man. He hears the prayers of the saints going up, crying to the Heavenly Father to bring judgment and to bring righteousness back on the earth, man. And it's in the Most High's heart to do that, man. To repay vengeance unto the heathen. You know, it's gonna be all the nations, but you know, mainly Esau is gonna catch that full destruction, you know, because he's gonna be wiped out in the kingdom of heaven, you know.
Gosh.
At the end of the day, there ain't gonna be no more Edomites, man. It said, till you have taken away the multitude of the proud, and we already know who the proud is. You can read about that in Obadiah. Okay, it says, and broken the scepter of the unrighteous. Okay, till he have rendered to every man according to his deeds, and to the works of men according to their devices, till he have judged the cause of his people and made them to rejoice in his mercy. And we're only going to be able to rejoice after he returns and he establishes the 144,000, okay, and the elect to rule the world, man.
God.
Right? That's the only time that a nation Israel is going to have peace. You know, until then, we got to deal with all Esau's BS and his statutes.
Yep.
And his unrighteous dealings with us, man, all over the planet, man, because Esau rules the whole world, man. You know, everyone wants to say, you don't like it in America, leave. Well, if I go to another country, you there,
Right.
fucking it up.
Right.
It don't matter where I go.
Right.
You got your hands in everything, man, and you got to get paid back for all of that, man.
God. And ultimately, it goes back to the curses because we under the curses no matter where we go.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's good said, curse shall thou be when thou go within, curse shall thou be when thou go out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so everywhere we try to move, because the curses followed us over here to America. You know, we was the first ones over here. So the northern tribe, I should say, were the first ones over here,
Mm-hmm.
and the curses eventually caught up to them. I'm gonna get this precept of Brother AT on my heart on the comment board.
Okay, come.
All right. This is Psalms chapter 110, verse 5. It says, the Lord at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath.
Ooh, nice.
Mhm.
That's talking about your house shot.
God.
You know, read that again.
God. It says Psalms 110 and 5. It says, the Lord at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath.
That's right, man. That links right up with Isaiah 63. Man.
Yep, that's the spirit. Yep.
Yeah,
We're going to get
yeah.
that next.
Yeah. Boom.
That's the
There
spirit.
it is.
Next verse, it says, he shall judge among the heathen. He shall fill the places with the dead bodies. He shall wound the heads over many countries.
That don't sound too nice.
Woo, man.
You
That
know,
don't sound like Jesus.
over
loved
many
everybody.
countries, man.
Man.
So that judgment is gonna go out all over the world, man. So he's gonna be lobbing heads off all over the world, man. It's gonna be beautiful.
Con.
Okay.
Yep. like that movie Kingsman. There, all the heads popped off. Isaiah, I got it. If you want,
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, this is Isaiah. We'll get this last one. That's all I got. After Isaiah chapter 63, verse 6, it says, matter of fact, you know what? I'll start at
We might as well start at 1.
yeah. All right, Isaiah 63 and 1. Oh, that's just an account, like a history account.
Okay.
It says, "Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah?" Okay. This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in his greatness, in the greatness of his strength. All right. Going into Esau, it says, "Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah?" Okay, because Bozrah was a city in Edom. Okay. It says, "I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save." Now, salvation is going to come from Edom's fall. Okay, it's going to come from Esau being put down. All right, because Scripture talk about in Second Ezra that this kingdom, the kingdom that we seek. All right, the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of Israel, ruling in righteousness, cannot come unless Esau is put down. Okay, and so roughly paraphrasing, of course, it says, verse 2. It says, "Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat." Okay, this is talking about Yahushua. Esau's blood essentially is not going to be physically, blood on his garment. All right, but it's synonymous with how much blood that Yahushua is going to shed, how much Edomite blood that Yahushua is going to say. Because we just read how the cup that Esau is filled unto us, filled to her double. So what do we got? So it's going to be a lot of bloodshed because Esau shed a lot of our blood, right? Mm-hmm. Verse 3, it says, "I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger and trample them in my fury. And their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment." All right, that sounds like a very bloody scene right there. Mm-hmm. You got them a lot of Ammonite movies that go into kung fu movies. You got a lot of killing. There's one guy whooping everybody's ass, right? And at the end of the scene, he's all bloody and sweaty. Right. Now Yahushua, he don't got to get bloody, okay? Because he got angels, chariots, all types of stuff that he can do. He don't even got to lift a finger, because it says that in Second Ezra, basically without moving a muscle, all that fire is going to come out and eviscerate the armies of Esau and these other nations that come against the Lord. But you get the point, okay? Verse 4, it says, For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, mm-hmm. and the year of my redeemed is come." You see, and that's the year that we look forward to, man. It's gonna be a bloody scene. This is the image of what the Christians call the rapture. It's not, everybody just get beamed up into heaven, and we just all in heaven. The earth is just gonna be. We can destroy it because it's going to be uninhabited after the rapture. We're all going to be in heaven.
Yeah, it's going to be an Elysium, and, and everybody's just going to be good. All the nations going to be there just chilling. No, man.
Right, God.
Judgment's going to be put forth on the earth. All these wicked people going to be wiped out clean. Mm-hmm. Okay, the land's going to be burnt so it can be rebuilt. Right. Okay, rebuilt and cleansed, because that's fire's a cleansing agent.
God.
Okay. And so, so is water, because, when the missiles hit them, water's going to be moved. The earth's going to be shaking. A lot of these lands are going to be just wiped out by these oceans and stuff, man. Okay. So it's going to be a beautiful thing happening, man.
Yep.
But the Lord's going to get busy destroying, killing,
mm-hmm.
And go ahead.
I was going to say, what's the first thing you see when you watch like the renovation movies? I'm not movies, but shows on HGTV and shit, where they go in and say, okay, we're going to remodel this kitchen. We're going to put this aisle here. We're going to take off all the tiles and replace it with some new granite. What they do? They knock down the walls, the jackhammer. Yep. You know what I'm saying? That's the fun part. They get the drill with the jackhammer, and you know what I'm saying? Crack the concrete and all that.
Yeah.
Okay. And then at the end,
with sledgehammers. Yeah, they having a good time when they're doing that.
Exactly.
When you watch them shows, they laughing.
Right. Yeah. Got the goggles on, and but what happens at the end? It looks completely new. It's beautiful. So they turn an ugly kitchen or an ugly house into a beautiful house. You see, and that's exactly what's going on now, because the stewards of this house of the earth, I should say, have completely been irresponsible. Okay, completely polluted it, completely destroyed it, perverted it in every way that you can imagine. And so it has to be pretty much burnt down and built up from scratch.
That's right.
You see?
That's exactly right.
Kind of. And so, what was that? I was going in verse 6. Keep reading a little bit. In verse 5, Isaiah 63 and 5, it says, and I looked, and there was none to help. And I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore, mine own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury, it upheld me. So what's going to fuel that that destruction that Yahushua is going to bring? It's going to, that fury, Yahushua's fury. He's pissed off. Look at what you've done to the earth. This is the same spirit, Adam, that the Most High breathed the breath of understanding to name all the animals. He saw paradise, man. Adam, Eden, he saw it in the garden, you know, and now look, he coming back. What is this filth, you know? So you know, it's like you leave, you know, your mansion is crisp, you clean. Okay, you say, okay, I'm gonna come back. You come back from vacation, and it's just all types of destroyed, man. Okay, holes in the ground and in the floor. You know what I'm saying? That rips in your nice leather sofa. Okay, you're gonna be furious. Kick everybody out. Okay. And so, and that's why it's important to watch, you know. It says, verse 6, I will tread down the people in mine anger and make them drunk in my fury, and I will bring down their strength to the earth. Okay, which is going into Esau, man. Esau is going to be brought down. All right. It talks about in Obadiah, how art thou cut off? Okay. It's just like it's like a specific phrase in there that you just inserts like, yo, you're done, Esau. You know, because that's exactly what's going to happen. The uncle, okay, and the child and the nephew, all right, none is going to be remaining of the nation of the house of Esau, man. All right, after these 1,000 years, after we put him in captivity, he's going to be burnt up, okay. And so we want to get. Did you have precept?
No.
Okay, yeah, we'll get that account real quick.
Okay,
and we can just read all the way through it because the point is in verse 21, just to get the context.
The 2 Chronicles chapter 32, verse 17. It says he wrote also letters to rail on the Lord Yahweh of Israel, and to speak against him, saying, as the gods of the nations of other lands have not delivered their people out of mine hand, so shall not the power of Hezekiah delivered his people out of mine hand.
Right. So just real quick, just for an update, you know, of course you want to read the chapter, but when you read the chapter, the whole chapter, it goes into how Sennacherib, the king of Assyria, was going through all of the lands of the Middle East and pretty much conquering those lands. And so what he did was he sent messengers unto Jerusalem, which Hezekiah was the king of Jerusalem at that time, the king of Judah, I should say, at that time. And so Sennacherib, the king of Assyria, sent his messengers over to Hezekiah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem and Judah, letting them know that, look, man, you're not going to be able to escape, bro. Just quit, just forfeit. You know what I'm saying? That's what he was saying, right? Go ahead.
Verse 18. Then they cried with a loud voice in the Jews' speech unto the people of Jerusalem that were on the wall to affright them and to trouble them, that they might take the city.
Right. So they were flexing their muscles, man. Basically, they talking smack. Just like when you go into Goliath, you know, come here so I can make, you know, what you said, make your bones bread for the fowls of heaven or something like that, you know, and basically all types of taunting. All right. Coming in that proud spirit, right? Like a fight right before the fight, you know, you got a guy talking all types of smack. All right. And then, you know, he looked like he finna win, you know what I'm saying? He got the muscles and all that. He looked crazy.
Yeah.
You got that look in his eyes and shit, you know?
Yeah. Press conferences. He might be taller than the other guy.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. Exactly. You know, slurring in his face and all that, you know, and then you got the other guy just sitting like, okay. Yeah. You know, he ain't saying a word, right? Okay, keep reading.
Verse 19. It says, and they spake against the power of Jerusalem as against the gods of the people of the earth, which were the work of the hands of man.
Right. See, because we can speak against the gods of the work of the hands of the earth, meaning the gods of these other nations, which are no gods because they have no power. They're just idols, right? But you can't. That in speaking against Yahweh, the true power is a whole nother. That's one of the 10 commandments, man. Not thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain. So if you blaspheme the name, all right, then you're gonna get put to death. All right, which we're gonna see. Go ahead.
Verse 20. And for this cause Hezekiah the king and the prophet Isaiah the son of Amos prayed and cried to heaven.
Right. And so this going into the history, that's why it's important to go into the history, because this is actually a parallel chapter in the book of Isaiah. I can't exactly remember what chapter it is, but it goes into that. And so Isaiah, this is the Isaiah the prophet right here, and Hezekiah, they were praying to the Most High, like deliver us, Baba Kushat. So let's go ahead and read the next verse.
Verse 21. And then the Lord Yahweh sent an angel which cut off all the mighty men of valor.
Okay, pause right there. Do you think that was something that they saw, that they expected, those mighty men of valor of Assyria? Do you think that they expected the Lord to send an angel to come and cut them off? You see what I'm saying? Can you read that again?
Khan, it says, and the Lord Yahweh sent an angel which cut off all the mighty men of valor.
Right, so they got stolen, man. How could they have prepared themselves to fight against an angel? You know what I'm saying? The Lord sent that. You see? Because they was talking all types of smack. Okay, go ahead.
And the leaders and captains in the camp of the king of Assyria. So he returned with shame of face to his own land.
Right, so here we go. Here it is. The king of Assyria got his whole army decimated by one angel. The Israelites didn't have to lift a finger. Okay, and the king of Assyria goes back to his land ashamed, man. Okay, because you got wiped out by an angel. You know what I'm saying? Which can happen. It's coming back. You see? Go ahead, Ak.
So he returned with shame of face to his own land. And when he was coming to the house of his God, they that came forth of his own slew him there with the sword.
Woo! Hold on, man. The Lord put a death. Okay, angel. When he came back and cut his, what did it say? And slew him there.
Yeah, slew him
with the sword, man. So you got stabbed or whatever the case was. All right, with the sword, man. Okay, showing you how you can get stolen, man, easily. All right, and America comes in that same pompous spirit. Okay, you saw examples of that last night with Edomites coming in, to say, hey, I agree, all nonchalantly. Elder Arenaza asked him, hey, what do you think should happen to those that put us in captivity? Esau said, oh, they're dead. Okay, just that proud, pompous spirit. Like, look, the God that you guys are praying to, he's not going to do anything. Hey, look, we're still here. That type of spirit, and that's exactly what we see. What we see in the scriptures is that the Lord brings judgment upon those that scoff and taunt him. Okay, right. So that was, that was the lesson. You got anything, brother?
No, that was beautiful.
God, hey, so I brought this out, man. You brothers were edified. You know what I'm saying? Keep praying for America's destruction that's going to come like a thief in the night. Essentially, it's going to get stolen. All right, its guards are dropping right now, and the Lord's going to come with a sneak attack. All right, and that's the day that we look for. We got to keep watching, keep fighting. Until then, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory due unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachab Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect. Shalom.